Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use your 808s on the MPC Live 2. Let's get into it. Alright, so I have this beat that I actually started making. I just need to add the 808s to it. This is what it sounds like so far. Nothing crazy, just like a little trap beat that I made. So the first step is just to load the actual 808 into the project. So what you want to do, you want to go on an empty track. So you want to go to a track that says unused. There's different ways to do it. I know people like using the drum program, but I just like going to the key group program. I think using the keyboard program, you just get a little bit more control. I'll show you in a second what I mean. Then what you want to do, you want to actually go to the browse right here, and you just want to make sure that you have an 808 either saved on the MPC Live or on your SD card. I have one that I'm going to be using on my SD card, and I'm just going to go to my sound packs, Rude Noise drum kit, 808. So I'm going to be using this sudden 808, and if you want this 808, I'll leave a link down below. It's going to be a free download, so you can use it in your beats as well. So we just want to make sure we have it selected, hit load, and again, just make sure it's on that same track, because now we're going to go to menu, program edit, and then we're just going to look for that sample. So these are all different samples I actually have in the beat so far, but we're gonna look for that sudden 808. So I have that 808 right here. Now what I like doing is going back to global. And you want to switch this poly to mono, because when you start playing the 808s, you don't want them to overlap on each other when the beat's playing, because it's just going to start sounding muddy and whatnot. And you're going to want to switch the sample play to just one shot. This is kind of personal preference. Basically, if you have it on one shot, it's going to play throughout. But if you switch it just to note on, then you can kind of have more control of the 808. You can like let go of it, but I just prefer just the one shot. That's why I was saying earlier, just using like a key group, I feel like you have more control than just using the drum program. And the next thing I like doing is switching this global setting right here, the semitones. I crank it all the way up. So I put it all the way to 36. Then I make sure that pad bank is just selected on the first one, because now if I play it back, it's playing the scale. And if I keep switching the banks, it's almost like a keyboard. It's gonna switch octaves. Same with this. So that's what I like doing just to set up my 808. So now we want to find the right 808 notes to actually add to the beat. So what I personally like doing is going to the menu, go to channel mixer, and I'm just gonna mute the drums for right now. So now we just have the sample playing, and then just make sure to stay on the track where the 808's on. And now you can play the 808s back while the sample's playing. And at this point, you just honestly just want to use your ears to see, you know, if the notes match. So that sounds a little off. This sounds closer. Okay, so this sounds good. So if I just play it over, yeah. And like I was saying earlier, you can switch the pad banks to a higher one, so you can hear the 808 more clear, because when I switch it back down, it's lower. It's kind of personal preference. I actually make a lot of beats on Ableton, so I kind of like translate this process to the MPC Live. So again, we know this is the right note. Now I just want to find that second note. So this is the second part. Okay, so this is it right here. So I'm getting this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna use these two. And for my 808s, I usually like to keep them really simple. I don't go too crazy hard with my 808s. I might add some extra notes, but for right now, I'm just gonna keep it simple. So now I'm gonna switch it back to that first pad bank. So I know it's these two. And pretty much I'm just gonna record something in. So I'm gonna hit record, hit play start. So I like that. And I'm actually gonna turn this 808 down a little bit, so I'm just gonna go to menu, program edit, and just go to the level and turn it down a little bit, maybe like -5 dB. So now I'm gonna go back to the menu, go to channel mixer, and then just unmute the drums. So I like how that sounds. So yeah, that's how I do my 808s on the MPC. I load the 808, you know, tune it, make sure it's programmed right, and then just finding those keys that actually match with the sample. That's the most important part. If you don't have 808 notes that actually match the sample, it's just gonna throw off the whole beat. So that's super important. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions regarding the MPC Live 2. I'll make some videos of it, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.